Hello, beautiful collective. This is Reiku Soul Studio, and today I have a message for the general collective. If you're new to my channel, I do post readings 2 to 3 days a week for the general collective, as well as those going through or surviving narcissistic abuse. My readings offer guidance, and I'm here to help elevate the general collective. While I'm shuffling, I wanted to just let you know that I do offer personal readings, spiritual life coaching sessions. I do have challenges and short courses that I offer. I am working on a podcast and some other fun shorts that I'll be posting. So feel free to follow. Currently, I'm on Instagram as Reiku, R-A-K-U, Soul Studio. I'm on YouTube as Reiku Soul Studio as well. And for now, if you want to book a personal reading or a spiritual life coaching session, you can reach me at reikusoulstudio@yahoo.com. And again, this message is for the general collective today. I hope you're having an amazing day. I'm using a 3-card spread. And so far, in the recent past, someone has either shifted into the Empress energy or this energy has entered your life. So if you're familiar with tarot, the Empress basically symbolizes sophistication, beauty, wisdom, abundance. So somebody here has either shifted into this energy or this energy has walked into your life. Either way, it sounds like a good thing to me. In the present, it looks like you're walking away from anything that troubles you, anything that disturbs your peace. You're moving away to calmer waters. You've been put through so much. You have been stabbed in the back, betrayed, just people have not treated you very well. So you decided, and with some help of either a friend or friends, you're moving away to calmer waters from troubled waters. So that's a good thing. So if you're in the middle of this currently, keep going. Okay. In the immediate future, you have 7 of Wands. So it looks like you have messages coming through pretty quickly. But it looks like if you look at the yellow behind him, they're not exactly negative messages, but it looks like they're messages you're going to have to basically discern and make a decision on. It looks like, if you look at this card, he's still somewhat in a defensive mode, kind of blocking and protecting himself. So whatever this was, you rose up. Okay, now it's coming to me. You rose up into your Empress energy. And you made a decision to leave behind drama, people treating you poorly, any abuse, negativity, and with a very small circle of support, if at all, you are coming through that. But you have to understand, collective, when you make a decision like this, you're going to, whatever you left behind, those people, those negative people, places, things are going to try to reel you back in. And that's what I think this is. You're just going to have to stand your guard, and there are going to be a lot of messages coming your way. People wondering what happened to the old collective that we could just kind of treat, excuse my French, like shit, and you decided to rise up into your Empress energy and draw your boundaries, which I think is amazing. And as you can see, this gentleman in the card is drawing a boundary and protecting himself first and foremost. So this is looks like a reading of movement for you and growth. So I don't see a lot of people around you. It looks like you've kind of done this on your own, which is still pretty freaking amazing, collective. So Spirit, can you please clarify the Empress in the recent past? Oh, sorry guys, new deck. And it's like, how do you have tiny hands, small deck, because you have tiny hands and the cards are still falling out everywhere? Sorry. Oh, okay. So to clarify the Empress in the recent past, You have temperance. Yep, that's you. You have had to find balance uh, in the circumstances you were in. You had to balance yourself, pull yourself into this Empress energy to make this move. Amazing. That is pretty freaking amazing. Spirit, clarify the Six of Swords in the current position. Please clarify the Six of Swords for the collective spirit in the current position. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I mean, in the current position, something happened. You received some kind of message. Maybe the universe spoke to you and opened your eyes about the circumstances you were in. You gathered up all your power. Swords represent power. So you gathered up your energy and your power, and you've moved away from negative circumstances. So what I see is basically you received downloads and messages from spirit, from your guides, and you got the heck out of there. You said peon and you got out of there, which is great. All right. Spirit, please clarify the Seven of Wands in the future position. Please clarify Seven of Wands in the future position for us. What does the general collective need to know about the Seven of Wands in their future position? Ugh. Sorry. It's taking way longer than I anticipated. Sorry, y'all. Ugh. All right, just give me one card, Spirit, to clarify the Seven of Wands in the future position, please. Okay. King of Pentacles. All right, I'm going to take that. King of Pentacles basically jumped out. And this is just saying you need to protect everything that you've gathered up energy-wise, all your resources. You heard the universe's calling, you responded, you received the universe's message to move forward by yourself on your own. And now you're having to, in the immediate future, draw boundaries because you have basically stability and wealth coming your way. And you have to carry yourself in the King of Pentacles energy, whether you're a male or female. This has to be your energy. So King of Pentacles means very sophisticated, very wise, very successful, but also just any king, any ruler of a kingdom is not easily swayed or manipulated, doesn't just take someone's word for things. So you have to carry yourself with the energy of the King of Pentacles, or like a king, if you want to be successful. That's what the immediate future card is telling me through this reading. So continue on with following your intuition, following your guidance from spirit and your guides. Keep moving forward, but you do have to keep your boundaries up and carry yourself in such a way that people aren't going to want to mess with you. They're not going to want to F around and find out, because you're going to carry yourself in such a way that your energy says everything. But it's not just, how you look on the outside, how you look like you're carrying yourself either. You have to embody this energy. And this means no nonsense. Nobody's messing with your money anymore, your emotions, your resources. Nobody's coming sniffing around to come manipulate you anymore. And you need to basically embody that energy and stay in that energy. If you want to have a successful life, If you want success, you want wealth, you want abundance, you want stability, if you want to walk in this King of Pentacles energy, you have to embody it first. Okay? All right. So, Spirit, please clarify the recent past, the Empress and Temperance card. What other message do you have for the general collective about this reading? I don't think we need to clarify these anymore. It's pretty darn clear. So let me ask Spirit, sorry. Spirit, what is your guidance going forward for the collective? What is the guidance going forward for the collective? Great reading, though. I'm really proud of you. Oh, okay. So with this deck, basically the shells represent, or they replace cups in the traditional deck. So King of Cups, okay, which is harmony, integrity. When we live a life where we're connected with our power, like any king, but we also rule through our emotions, our connection to spirit. We then are in that King of Cups energy, if that makes sense. So if you continue, Spirit's guidance is to continue on this path of boundaries, staying in your power, and really focus on embodying that energy, King of Pentacles. And now I'm going to ask for the outcome. So, Holy Spirit, if the collective stays in this energy and stays in good energy and keeps their boundaries and continues on this path, what is the outcome? Oh, Two of Cups, union and harmony. So, gosh, I feel like this might be more of a reading for my narcissistic abuse survivors. But with that said, we're just going to keep it a general collective, okay? But you have, okay, let me take it all the way back. So you were put in a position where you had to balance your energy, your thoughts, your emotions, and embody the Empress energy. And you learned your worth in the recent past. You followed the divine guidance and messages from Spirit. You moved away from any troubled waters from your past, anything that was disturbing your peace, making you doubt your value. You have moved away from those things. And now in the immediate future, you're being called to, you're going to be getting a lot of messages because you've left behind people, places, and things that were not good for you. Of course, those dark energies want to suck you back in. You were the light, okay? But you're going to be getting messages. You're going to be getting people trying to reel you back into the dark side. And what Spirit is saying is you have to, if you want to be successful, you need to maintain an energy of the King of Pentacles, sophistication, boldness, and this energy is very wise and actually very serious. So it's a little intimidating, approaching any king, right? So maintain that energy, maintain your boundaries. When you come out of this phase in the immediate future, you're going to come into the King of Cups energy, basically King of Shells on this deck. King of Cups, you're going to master harmony, balance. You're going to have integrity. You're going to really master this King of Pentacles energy, this ruling, just mature, wise, successful energy. And this is going to be the new you going forward. You're going to come to a place of balance, harmony. You'll have integrity. And once you come out of this and into this energy and really own this energy, you will attract union, harmony, a positive, peaceful, balanced, lasting relationship. If you're already in a relationship, You may have had some troubles because of the past situation, but it will come into balance, union, and harmony. This could also be friendships, family connections, okay? But it's gonna so sorry. We're not having an earthquake. I'm just clumsy. What I was saying is, it sounds to me like you had to learn your worth in the recent past. People were taking advantage of you, not treating you well, and it took a lot of that mistreatment, change, and inner power to get to the place that you are. So don't turn back now. I know it's very difficult coming out of challenging situations like that. Looks to me like you've been doing this alone, so you've left behind what you thought was a support network or friends or a lover or a relationship, which didn't prove to be that. So I know it's lonely. I know it's difficult in the present moment. Maintain your boundaries. They're going to be contacting you to bring you back, to reel you back onto the dark side. Focus on embodying the King of Pentacles energy, which says success, wisdom, power. Keep going. Keep mastering that energy. You will eventually come out of it and kind of morph into the King of Cups energy, which is, still very balanced, intimidating, wise, successful, powerful. But now, there's a little more emotion connected to that place of power, which is fine. But you have to start here because these people, places, and things are still trying to tap into your energy. So you have to be very firm in your boundaries to get here. When you get here, those people will hopefully have fallen off and learned not to F around and find out, to stop aggravating you, stop trying to tap into your energy and steal your energy, your resources. By this time, they'll know not to come sniffing around unless they're bringing something to the table or in good energy themselves. With that, you will attract the right circumstances, situations, people, places, and things, relationship, based on this new energy. And this is all beautiful. This is a beautiful reading, collective. So I hope this was helpful. Please give me a follow again on either Instagram or YouTube. Bear with me as I get my social media platforms set up. I'm really excited though, because I am going to be offering, classes, courses for those going through or surviving narcissistic abuse, as well as those just looking for, the general collective, looking for guidance, their next step forward. I'm here to elevate the collective, which does include those experiencing narcissistic abuse. I have over 25 years in a leadership coaching position. I have also survived narcissistic abuse myself and have come out successful, peaceful, and balanced. So I am here to share my wisdom with you, get you through to where you're shining brightly like the beautiful star you are. So again, I really thank you for being here. And until the next one, love and light to all of you. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Thank you.